All right, gentlemen, let me read you a tweet from the real Donald Trump that just crossed our desks. And it just came out this morning. Not clear whether he is referring to the primary debates or to the debate last night or one of the other presidential debates. But he tweets, "Why didn't Hillary Clinton announce that she was inappropriately given the debate questions? She secretly used them. Crooked Hillary." I don't know, David, you want to take that one on?
Look, again, I think that the issue here is who is Donald Trump trying to inspire? These sorts of conspiratorial tweets, and let's say even that technically one of these things may or may not be true, but there's no evidence that any of this is true, and most of it's conspiracy. So it excites his base, which is so loyal to him. I mean, he has a base that is more loyal to him than I think any candidate may have ever had. But in order for him to win this election, he needs to get outside of his base and expand his coalition. It's a challenge for all Republicans, but especially for him. And none of this helps him do that. It's not talking about the change message or his economic message or his trade message, things that have shown some resonance. And so what he's doing every time he indulges in this, and he's done this really since the aftermath of the first debate, is helping Hillary Clinton because it kind of seeds the ground to her for, who the better candidate for president is. We've seen this in the recent Fox News poll and in other polls. It just doesn't help, even if he's right, and there's no evidence that he is.
But, Stephen, you suggest...
John, just real quickly, I mean, I think there is some evidence that some of this happened. I mean, Megyn Kelly grilled Donna Brazile, the head of the Democratic National Committee, about possibly an email from WikiLeaks indicating that she possibly provided answers to Hillary Clinton before a town hall. So there is a germ of truth to this, potentially. But in typical Donald Trump fashion, he takes something that is a legitimate beef and raises real questions, and rather than attack it specifically and sort of surgically, he creates this entire conspiracy theory, as you point out in your question, John, unclear whether he was referring to the primary debates or whether he was referring to this one question, or whether he was ridiculously suggesting that Chris Wallace may have been given the debate, the answers to.
And that's kind of what I was getting at. It's just unclear, and if he was smarter about it, at least we'd know what we were dealing with.
I can guarantee you that Chris Wallace didn't hand over the questions to anybody last night, let alone the Hillary Clinton campaign. And by conflating the possibility that she got some help during the primary process against Bernie Sanders and Martin O'Malley, putting this tweet out the morning after the presidential debate that Chris Wallace moderated, again, conspiracy theory, Stephen.
Yeah, it is. And look, we've seen this from Donald Trump before. This is a man who traffics in conspiracy theories. He likes conspiracy theories. Remember, 3 different times he propounded the theory that Ted Cruz's father was somehow involved with Lee Harvey Oswald, and he was pressed on it, and he wouldn't back away. In fact, at one point he said he thought the National Enquirer should win the Pulitzer Prize. This is what Donald Trump does. This is who Donald Trump is. But it's silly to suggest it, especially as you point out, on the day after a debate in which Chris Wallace went after Donald Trump and asked him very tough and direct, difficult questions, and did the same exact thing with Hillary Clinton. I mean, remember, I thought the best question of the night was a follow-up that Chris asked with respect to Hillary Clinton's position on Syria. When she didn't answer the question the first time, Chris went back to her and said, would you, as Commander-in-Chief, instruct your fighters to shoot down Russian jets if you were enforcing a no-fly zone? And she dodged the question again, which she did throughout the night.
It was a masterful job by Chris last night. I think we all agree on that.